More than 40 alcohol outlets in the Western Cape have had to go cold turkey after flouting COVID-19 regulations. The industries cut their supplies after the Provincial Liquor Authority revoked their licenses. Now, for more details about this, we're joined by the spokesperson for the South African Liquor Brand Owners Association, Sibani Mngadi. A very good afternoon to you, Sibani. Now, what exactly were these outlets doing or not doing that led to the revoking of their licenses?
Well, these outlets, as we understand it, because the process was handled by the Provincial Liquor Authority in the Western Cape, it's apparent that there were a couple of violations, including trading outside of the trading hours, as well as not complying generally with the capacity that should be limited to 50%, and various other things then that would have not been allowed to serve on specific days as a result of the COVID regulations.
Do you guys know how it was found out that these regulations were being flouted?
Well, as far as we know, that it's mainly a public complaints that come through, and that's what we would like to appeal for, that the public report these incidents as much as possible to the authorities, and we also have a toll-free number where people can report, and we make sure that the police as well as the liquor authorities in those relevant provinces are able to attend to the matter. As an industry, we really want to make sure that we protect our livelihood, we operate within the rules, because these rules are quite important for the health of our consumers as well as for sustainability of our business.
Now, obviously, one of the penalties, the heaviest penalty, is the revoking of the licenses. But what other repercussions have these outlets faced or can still face?
Well, at this stage, I think it's quite a critical thing, the revoking of the license, because I think, as we have always said during the lockdown when alcohol sales were banned, that this is the livelihood of many families that are running these businesses, and we appeal to everyone to comply with the rules. Certainly from our side as manufacturers, we are taking a view that we will be consulting all the liquor authorities, making sure that if there is a suspension or a revoking of a license, we immediately cut off the supply to that entity. It basically means that that business will not be able to operate until then there is a different decision from a liquor authority.
Sibani, South Africans will be watching this conversation between yourself and myself and saying to themselves or to us that this is happening all around the country. This is happening in different parts, in different corners of South Africa. How do you then go about finding out similar incidents and finding similar outlets that are flouting regulations? Are you able to? Is there the kind of manpower from your guys' organization to go out and find similar organizations and or rather similar outlets and do the same thing to them?
Yes, we would like to appeal especially to the general public. If they find that an outlet close to them is not complying with the rules in terms of trading days, trading hours, and any other violation, we appeal that those people use the toll-free number that we have made available. It's 0800 014 856, 0800 014 856. That's a number that we have made available to make sure that people are able to report, but also you can report to the nearest police station where there are non-compliance with the rules, as well as the liquor authority in your relevant province.
How do these outlets go about retrieving their licenses? What corrective measures do they have to be implementing to make sure that they get their licenses back?
As far as I know, in terms of the process, they will need to reapply, and of course that includes the application process for licenses include consultation with the community. So you give a notice to the community around you that you will be opening an outlet, and people around that outlet can support or object for whatever reasons, and that gets considered accordingly by the liquor board, and then a decision is taken whether the license is granted. In this case, it will be a renewal, basically, whether that is granted or not.
All right, Sibani, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's Sibani Mngadi from the South African Liquor Brand Owners Association.